Good morning, students. In my last class, I have discussed about problem of Indian agriculture. What kind of problems in India agriculture sector is facing, and today I'll discuss it in nutshell. These are the first one I discussed. There is a lack of permanent means of irrigation. Permanent of means of irrigation are extremely deficient in India. Farmers of India still dependent on rainfall. Good rainfall means good crops, and bad rainfall leads to drought in India. For stability in agricultural output, there is urgent need of proper irrigation facilities provided in should be provided across all part of the country. uh, Through proper irrigation facilities, farmers will be able to earn a fixed amount of money that leads to prosperity in the Indian agriculture. Second problem, which is major problem in Indian agriculture, this is deficiency of finance. Farmers, Indian farmers, as we know, Indian farmers are very poor for inputs that is required for agriculture, like HYV seeds, fertilizers, insecticides. They need money, and for this money they are still dependent on local money lenders and landlords. Very few farmers are able to know the institutional finance agencies which provide loans at low rate of interest. Most of the farmers of India are lending money from the local money lenders, and behalf of this they charge very high rate of interest. That leads to uh, farmers in vicious circle of poverty. Next one is conventional outlook. Despite innovative farm technology and farm management practices, Indian farmers continue to rely on conventional methods of farming. They continue to consider farming more as a subsistence and less as a business venture. Their main target is to do farming for survival of their family. They are not more interested in the business venture. Next is small and scattered holdings. Most of the farmers have small or marginal land holdings where they find difficult to use machines which are necessary for agriculture, like tractors and threshers. Next is exploitative agrarian relations. Agrarian relation refers to relation between landlords and tenants. In our country, most landlords are absentee landlords. They seldom do their give their lands to the tenants, and on behalf of this they charges very high rate of interest. After after paying rent to the absentee landlords, the dealers were left with very little amount of money. That leads to their poor condition. Next is a lack of marketing system. Agriculture marketing system is highly unorganized. A vast majority of the small farmers continue to sell their output in the local market at reduced rate, where the middleman is getting maximum of the profit. These are the main problems in Indian agriculture. Briefly, we can say that Indian agriculture faces a number of problems, from production to the marketing of the crops. At the level of production, modern inputs are still not used by the farmers, because of which productivity of the farming is very low. At the level of marketing, if you consider at the level of marketing, the bulk of smallholders fail to get a remunerative price for their crops because of the lack of organized marketing system. For after these discussion of these problems, government have taken various measures and reforms measures especially to control these problems. So now I will discuss about the reforms that is taken by the government to reduce the and to eliminate the problems in Indian agriculture. To tackle the problem of Indian agriculture, the government has taken series of reforms measures since independence. These reforms measures are popularly known as agrarian reforms. These reforms are classified into three categories. Which first one is technical reforms. Technical reforms. Second one is institutional reforms. Institutional reforms, that is also known as land reforms. Another name of this is land reforms. Third one is general reforms. So government has make policies in especially for the reform in agriculture sector. These are technical reforms, institutional reforms, that is also known as land reforms, and general reforms. In government introduce modern technique of farming, which leads to larger output. These are the first in technical reform. The first one is use of HYV seeds. HYV seed stands for high yielding varieties of seeds. Second is use of chemical fertilizer. Use of chemical fertilizer. Fertilizers. Third one is use of insecticides. Use of insecticides and pesticides. Fourth one is scientific farm management. Farm management. And fifth one is mechanical means of cultivation. Mechanical or mechanized means of cultivation. In technical reforms, government has introduced few things to reform the agricultural output. I will discuss one by one. In first one is use of high yielding variety seeds. Since 1965, high yielding variety seeds have replaced the conventional varieties of seeds. High yielding variety seeds, which is especially used in wheat, bajra, rice, maize, and cotton, that leads to a substantial rise in farm productivity. The use of modern technique of farming is popularly known as green revolution, that you have studied in earlier class 9 and 10. Governments also established National Seeds Corporation that leads to promotion of HYV seeds. In 2016-17, around 6,20,743 quintals of certified seeds were distributed among farmers in different parts of the country. Now next is use of chemical fertilizers. Second is use of chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers are being used to increase the productivity of farm output, use of chemical fertilizers has consistently increased over time. If you see the data of 2017 at 18, nearly 265.9 quintal lakh uh, tons of chemical fertilizers tons of chemical fertilization has used, especially in the data that is available is according to 2017-18. Next is use of insecticides and pesticides. Use of insecticides and pesticides for crop production. Steps have been initiated to protect crop against disease and insects by using pesticides and insecticides. Pesticides and insecticides used to control the pest and insect which destroy the crop. For protecting the crop, insecticides and pesticides are used, especially for HYV seeds. Uh, uh, Crops are vulnerable to insecticides and insects and pests. 14 central plant protection centers have been set up in this respect. For plant protection, integrated pest management program was adopted with the adoption of HYV technology. Next is scientific farm management. Scientific farm management stress has been led to scientific cultivation as against conventional farming. The government put effort to encourage farmer to use modern technique of farming rather than conventional farming. Scientific methods of farming means the selection of crops and their qualities, preparation of soil, rotation of crops, selection of seeds, use of fertilizers besides others. In this connection, intensive agricultural area program has been introduced, and also integrated rural development program have been launched to speed up the process of growth in agriculture. In India, 23 agricultural universities are engaged in promoting research on scientific cultivation that that leads to more output in agriculture sector. Next one is mechanized means of cultivation. Several measures have been taken to spread the use of mechanized means of cultivation. It enables the small farmers to buy agricultural machines at cheap rate, and the loan for purchasing those machines in our country, cooperative societies has been established. Regional rural banks is also providing loans to small farmers at low rate of interest. 75% of lending is done by the commercial bank also, so the small farmers and marginal farmers can purchase machines, especially threshers and tractors, and with the help of these machines the crop productivity will increase, and that will also help the farmers. Now next, second reforms is institutional reforms, that is also known as land reforms, because at the time of British rule there was different land system, like which one is very common, that is jamindari system. In the institutional reform, government took various measures that I will discuss one by one. The first one is evolution of intermediaries. Evolution of intermediaries. Who are intermediaries? Intermediaries, uh, popularly known as jamindars. The jamindari system has been abolished by the government, and the ownership right gave to those farmers who actually cultivate to the soil. This has been done with the view to stopping exploitation of the cultivators by the jamindars. That the steps. First one, evolution of intermediaries means the evolution of jamindars by the government. Second measure is regulation of rent. Regulation of rent to put the end of the excessive and illegal extortion from the cultivator. Rent has been fixed. Right now the the rent should not exceed one third of the value of crop. The rent has been fixed by the government, and that should not exceed one third of the value of the crop. Next one is third measure is third institutional reforms is consolidation of holding. Consolidation of holdings. For reducing fragmentation, as I discussed earlier, that the most of the Indian farmers have small and marginal land holdings, that is fragmented land holdings. For reducing the fragmentation steps, various steps has been taken or initiated by the government. First one is consolidation in the practice to the land farmer. Here farmer are given opportunity to uh, 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 farmers are given opportunity to replace his scattered lands holdings here and there, and they can took their land in one place. It saves the cost of cultivation, because in small land holdings and marginal land holdings it is very difficult to use machines for agricultural practices. Next reforms is sealing on land holdings. Sealing of land holdings. Sealing on land holdings. For promoting equality in the distribution of land, for promoting equality of distribution of land, sealing has been imposed. Sealing has been imposed by the on the holding size. As at the time of independence, the most of the land holdings were in the hand of landlords, and government introduced land sealing, where government seal the lands from the farmers, and those extra lands were distributed in the those farmers which are landless or have small land holdings and marginal land holdings. Ceiling on holdings is the maximum size of cultivable land holdings that an individual or family can own. The surplus land has been resumed by the government and redistributed among smallholders and marginal holders and landless laborers. The fifth institutional reforms, is cooperative farming. Cooperative farmings. Cooperative farming is encouraged. Cooperative farming is encouraged to enhance bargaining power to the smallholders. Together, they can buy inputs at lower price and sell their produce at the higher price. These are the institutional reforms that introduced by the government for reducing the problems of Indian agriculture in terms of institutional reforms or land reforms. In my next class, I will discuss about some general reforms that is introduced by the government. Thank you.